Okay, I just wanted to do a really quick video. Sorry about my voice, I've been a bit ill recently. But I just saw online that the Panasonic GH5s full video specs have been released. It literally came out about 2 hours ago, so I don't know how valid these are, but loads of sources saying exactly the same thing, so I'm kind of hoping it's true. Basically, the GH5s is just a new version of the GH5, but it's biased towards video. The S stands for sensitivity, because it's got a brand new sensor. Instead of being 20 megapixels, it's now 10 megapixels, which may not sound great, but that's more than enough for 4K video. I think that's about 4.5K in total. The basic principle is that the larger the actual pixels on the sensor, the more light they can receive. So having the 10 megapixels over 20 just means they're twice as effective or something to that effect. The only downside to the 10 megapixel sensor is that you now can't do, the 6K anamorphic mode, because the sensor caps out at about 4.5K. But what you lose in resolution, they've made up for in high bitrate codecs. So I know it will now do 4K 60 at 10-bit, 150 megabytes a second. And again, Panasonic are great for releasing firmware updates, so they're probably going to push this. We know with the GH5 that the actual bandwidth is much higher. So potentially they'll increase it to a 200 megabytes a second codec or even higher. And the other big news is that the camera can now do 240 frames per second at 1080p, which, we've seen on the FS700 before, but for a camera this size, that's really kind of new. It's a very small build camera. I'm hoping that that's a 10-bit codec as well, but I'm kind of imagining it's going to be 8-bit. But we'll kind of have to wait and see on that one. So now on the GH5s, you have an extended ISO option, and it goes from 80 all the way up to 100,000, which is incredible. I know on the GH5, people complaining about the image falling apart at about 3200, I think. That was kind of like the maximum usable limit. But reports online are saying that it's going to be particularly clean up until about 12,800. What it does say on here as well is that it's got a brand new processor. So I know there's been a huge amount of autofocus issues on the GH5, it being nowhere near fast enough to compete with the A6500. So I believe that the new processor is mainly going to combat not only these high kind of 10-bit codecs that it's recording to, but also the autofocus capabilities as well. I'm going to keep you updated because this is really kind of fresh news, and it's a camera that I definitely want to buy. So I'm really hoping that a lot of these kind of rumors prove to be true. So hit subscribe if you kind of like videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.